Hello, friends, and welcome to Steel World channel. As you know, the whole country is fighting with coronavirus pandemic, and so is the steel industry. And we are bringing you the views of the veterans from the industry, so that the industry should get some direction. Which we can start after COVID pandemic is over. Today we have with us Mr. Dipendra Kashiwa. As you know, Mr. Kashiwa has been closely associated with Ministry of Steel for many years. He has been the industrial advisor in Ministry of Steel. Now he is Executive Director of Sponge and Manufacturers Association, SAIMA. And welcome, Mr. Kashiwa, to our show.
Okay, welcome Mr. Dhyanand Chandikar.
Thank you, Mr. Kashiwa. Sir, I would first like to ask you that, as you know, the whole industry is fighting with the coronavirus pandemic. Today, are the companies totally closed, or there are some functionalities still going on in the companies? What is the present status, sir?
See, this COVID-19 has impacted not only us, but all the industrial activities, and steel sector is one of the sector which has been badly impacted. In initial guidelines of the Ministry of Home Affairs, indicated that they declared the steel as essential services, and they allowed the steel activities, steel manufacturing, yesterday deleting them from the lockdown. During the lockdown one period, all industry, steel sector was confused whether they can start it or not. But the Ministry of Guidelines initially indicated that all steel manufacturing activities may continue with certain conditions. Then there was a question whether the sponge iron sector and downstream activities will also be allowed or not. Like that, there was a lot of the other issues. All the apex industry bodies moved into the action and approached the Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Steel, Ministry of Mines, Ministry of Shipping, because a lot of the problems are being faced and there was a confusion across the board. I must say, Mr. Chandikar, that whenever we approach any ministry, within 24 hours, 36 hours, we were getting the response. I never seen the bureaucracy to be so active in my life. All the confusion immediately used to be removed. And the industry understood that they can start not only the steel producing unit, but steel processing as well as the sponge iron ferroalloy units, everyone can start. But then there was a question about the movements of the raw material, movements of the finished goods, and of course there was a issue of the migrated laborers, because the guidelines and the PM, Honorable PM has cleared that the salary should be paid to all the workers, the salary should not be cut. Then steel industry being a very labor intensive industry, my members were not ready to start the activities because they were already paying the fixed energy cost, fixed gas cost, and on the top of that, they have to pay the absentees of the laborers or the officers. So that indicated that producing the steel or sponge iron is not a economic proposition. We again went to the government. Government immediately came out with the suggestions that only lockdown 1 and 2 we have to pay the wages. Even that was accepted by the industrial sector. But the question was lack of demand and the lack of liquidity. These are the two questions we continue to be faced by the industry. But I am happy to say that during the lockdown period, while only the Tata Steel plants, Jindal Steel and Power and the public sector steel plants were working, all were closed. Now the people have started thinking in the lockdown, after the lockdown to commence their production activities.
Sir, thank you very much. I was speaking to some of the friends in Chhattisgarh. They were mentioning that there was some directive from the ministry that the plant should be operated at 40% capacity or so, with 40% labor involvement or something like that.
Yeah, That is obvious also because there is no visibility of the demand. So people wanted to start after the over of the lockdown one. So they cannot start with the full capacity until unless the demand visibility is there and liquidity is also organized. These are the two factors. Even labor is no more a problem for my members. It is only the question of visibility of the demand and liquidity. I'm happy to say that the government has further allowed the steel activity or the movement of the steel or the construction activities in the rural areas, and which has started moving some of the inventory which the steel producers were having. But as you know, the demand in the rural area is hardly one third of the total demand or total consumption, per capita
Hmm.
consumption in the country. So, along the construction activity in the rural area is not going to solve the problems.
Yeah, I agree with you, sir. But then, when the government says that the lockdown will be lifted gradually, what does it mean for the industry? How does that gradual lifting of the lockdown will take place? That is number one. And secondly, in your opinion, what should be the short-term and a long-term strategy for the industry to come out of this not only pandemic but the economic crisis which has developed due to pandemic?
See, it is a fact that pandemic will impact the overall demand or consumption level in the country for some time. It is a so the industry is well aware of this. They will not be immediately upgrading their production activities to the earlier level. They will gradually upgrade their activities, their productions after seeing the demand aspects. As far as the your statement that some of your Chhattisgarh sources are saying they will start 40% of that, yes, 40 initially it will be gradually. Say for example, if if a production unit having two rotary kilns, I'm talking specifically about the sponge iron, they will start with a one kiln. If someone having the two or four induction furnaces or two hour furnaces, they will start with the one or two initially, just to meet their fixed expenses, because still they have to pay the fixed energy charges, as I said. They have to pay for the absentees also. They have to pay the fixed power charges. They have to pay ultimately the installment as well as the interest rates. So they are thinking to start at least partially to meet their fixed expenses, which otherwise they have to pay. So they are thinking to 30 to 40% to begin with a 30 or 40% of their capacities.
Okay. Sir, at this stage, when there is such a huge crisis in the industry, can the industry expect something from the government?
See, we all know that central government as well as the state government are overstretched because they are making expenditure to the health management issues and all that. And because of the less collection through the GST or through the other direct or indirect sources, I don't think so. Government of India is in a position to provide any stimulus or any soft recovery options to the industry. But I think the government of India is still do two things which will have a saluting impact on the production of steel in the country. First is the to bring down the landing rates. This is very important because the cost of financing is one of the main cost component of Indian steel production. Second aspect is to reduce the raw material cost, not only make Indian steel industry cost competitive within the country, but also to meet the likely dumping of steel in the country, because India is going to be the largest consumer, having the largest growth of steel consumption in the country when normalcy resume. So how the government reduce the caution will be how government can reduce the raw material prices.
Okay.
We are fortunate that the Mother Earth has provided both the vital raw material, that is iron ore, and the thermal coal to us. We are the fourth and the fifth largest. We have the fourth and fifth largest depositions in the world in iron ore and coal. Now, if government ensure that the auction prices of these two vital raw materials and the government levies like royalty, DMF, and other host of other sales are reduced, then I think it will have a saluting impact. Not only the steel producer, it will also have a saluting impact on the steel consumers and steel processors, like the engineering goods manufacturer, like the white goods manufacturers. Everyone will be benefited, and government will also be benefited by earning more by when the volume of the steel increases. So I think these two things should be a focus for the government to bring back the steel industry at their original level.
Yes, sir. I agree with you. Thank you very much. And it was very nice talking to you, sir. And I think the industry will gain something out of this conversation. And maybe, as you said, we cannot expect much from from the government. But if the government gives up some impetus to the infrastructure project, that will help us to restore the steel demand in the country. What do you say?
Yeah, I fully agree. I intentionally did not bring the infrastructure issue because I know for infrastructure is also vital for the steel producers, especially the secondary steel producer whose main item is the rebar or a saria. So for them, the opening of the market is infrastructure projects should immediately be started, and all housing activities, construction activities should also be started. But all as we all know, that starting an infrastructure or funding the infrastructure projects is a very tough task. It will be gradually opened. Definitely government is also bothering that this is an area which will impact everything, not only the steel. It will provide the impetus to the employment, it will provide the host of other related downstream upstream activities. But I have my own doubt that this will take some time to come out from the present situation. I think it will take, it will only be the 2021-22 when the normalcy will come in the steel sector.
Maybe it will, maybe it will take that much of time. The impact of the pandemic is so huge that it will have to have some months to go. Anyway, thank you very much, sir. It was nice talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chandekar. Thank you very much for speaking to me. Thank you.
Thanks. So this was Mr. Kashiwa, who feels that the industry will recover, but recover slowly. And at this point of time, it is not advisable to expect many things from the government. Though government intends to help the industry, it will not be in a position to help because of the many other priorities. And Mr. Kashiwa also feels that the main impetus from the infrastructure growth may not come in this year, maybe early next year. Thank you very much.